Hi, once again, here we are for another video tutorial in Mathematics 10. So for this session, we're gonna talk about how to find the nth term of a geometric sequence. Last time, ang atong gisgutan pod was about the definition of geometric sequence and how to find the common ratio of the geometric sequence. Also, we cited the differences between an arithmetic sequence and a geometric sequence. That an arithmetic sequence has got what we call the common difference, and for the geometric sequence, the terms as what we call the common ratio. Now let's start and let's go to our PPT. First, let us recall the definition of geometric sequence. A geometric sequence is a sequence in which each term is obtained by multiplying the preceding term by a constant quantity. This constant is known as the common ratio. So, mga giingon nato, no? Nga, the geometric sequence has what we call the common ratio. Now, how do we find the common ratio? If you would recall, to find the common ratio, all we have to do is to choose any two consecutive terms of the geometric sequence, di ba? Pwede sa first term, sa second term, pwede second term, third term, basta sunod sila. And then, you just simply divide them. And make sure nga the succeeding term or ang gasunod nga term, maoy imuhang dividend. Kanang nasa ibabaw. Ang divisor, however, is your preceding term or kanang gauna nga term. So, ani na siya? Gasunod nga term divided by gauna nga term. That's how you find the common ratio of the geometric sequence. Now, what is the formula in finding the nth term of a geometric sequence? The formula in finding the nth term of a geometric sequence is a sub n equals a sub 1 times r to the exponent of n minus 1. Now, a sub 1, of course, that is your first term. That stands for your first term. Your r here is, of course, the common ratio. And, of course, that's common ratio, not common ratio, no? Okay, that is the common ratio. And, of course, that is n, that's the number of terms. And a sub n here is your nth term or the last term. And then siya. Okay, now let us apply this formula. Now, as for how is the formula derived, I will make another video for this. Kaya medyo madugo-dugo po din siya gamay, no? Now, let's proceed to our examples. Okay, now let's have our first example. What is the sum, what is the eighth term of the geometric sequence 60, 30, 15, 15 halves, and so on? Okay? The first thing that we have to do in solving this problem is to identify the given. Kabalo naman tag unsa gipangita, di ba? Gipangitaan niya is ang eighth term. Unsa may mga given niya, we have the first term. No? Aturang timan ang katubitang formula bitaw. Unsa may mga naa sa formula. If you remember, the formula was a sub n equals a sub 1 times r to the exponent of n minus 1. So, ang atong kinahanglanon gid ani to find the nth term is our a sub 1, our ratio, and our n. So, our a sub 1 for this is 60, and then our common ratio, pili lang tag duha ka consecutive terms diha. Now we will choose the first and the second term. So the second term, 30 divided by the first term, ana man na, di ba? So 30 over 60, that is equal to 1/2. We use fraction kaya mas okay siya. Okay? Now, our n, since ang atong gipangita is the eighth term, therefore our n is equal to 8. And we are looking for the eighth term, so it's a sub 8 that we are looking for. Now we can proceed to the formula a sub n equals a sub 1 times r to the exponent of n minus 1. Our a sub n becomes a sub 8. This is equal to our a sub 1, which is 60, times our r, which is 1/2, to the exponent of n, which is 8 minus 1. Now from here, that is simply copy 60 and 1/2. Then 8 minus 1, that is equal to 7. Again, we copy 60. Kaya di pa ka pwede makamultiply, anak. Kaya napaman siya exponent. Okay? Now, since the exponent of 1/2 is 7, it means to say that you're going to multiply 1/2 to itself 7 times. No? And what is 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2? Kung panalitan, maglisod ka na, ay, lisuda po na sige, tagsa-tagsaon na to. Okay raman na siya, basta fraction. No? Unahon ni mo sa numerator. You multiply 1 to itself 7 times. Pagkapila pa na ni mo siya multiply sa kong galingon, the answer is 1 gina, no? What about 2? So you multiply 2 to itself 7 times. So 2 times 2, that is 4. Then times 2, 8. Times 2, that's 16. Times 2, that's 32. Times 2, that is 64. Times 2, that is 128. So sa ato pa di ay, it should be 128. Now, from here, we multiply 60 and 128. Remember that this is a whole number, so its denominator is 1. So we multiply numerator to numerator and then denominator to denominator. So 60 times 1, that is equal to 60. Over 1 times 128 is 128. Now, unsa may common nilang duha? Araw kay tanan nga naa sila common, no? Common nila is very good. It's 4, no? Nasa sila common nga 4. So, try na to. We divide this by 4 and that is 15. Ato ra ni siyang gi-reduce, ha? From here, ha? Atong gipangita ang common nilang duha ba? So, ang ilahang, we divide 60 by 4 and that is equal to 15. 128 divided by 4, that is equal to 32. Ma-reduce pa ba nila to siya? Maridili na. Okay. Therefore, our a sub 8, or the 8th term of this geometric sequence is 15 over 32. Okay. Now, let's proceed to the next example. And that is to find the 9th term of the geometric sequence in which by the way, this is a sub 2, I'm sorry. A sub 2 is equal to 12, and this is a sub 5. A sub 5 is equal to 3/2. Now, since we are looking for the 9th term, again, we're going to use this formula. A sub n equals a sub 1. Tanaw, sanay nato, no? Times r to the exponent of n minus 1. Do we have our a sub 1? Unsa gina a sub 1? That is your first term. Naba si first term diha? Wala. Diba? Wala si first term. Do we have the common ratio? Wala. Makuha ba nato dayon si common ratio by choosing any two consecutive terms? Wala. Nga naman, walay consecutive terms. Kay ang gihatag, second term o fifth term. Ayo ra kayo, no? You cannot just divide these two kay ngano. That's not how you find the common ratio. No? Unsa may itong buhaton ani? We do not have the a sub 1, we do not have the r. So, dili pa ta makapangita sa 9th term. The first thing that we have to do in this problem, class, is to assume. Atong assuming kay tanan, no? Atong i-assume nga si a sub 2 is our first term, no? And this a sub 5 is our last term. Okay? We assume first we assume a sub 2 to be our a sub 1, no? And since we assume that our a sub 2 is our a sub 1, therefore, sa a sub 5, dili na siya a sub 5, no? Kung mag-ihap ka gikan ni 2 padung ni 5, that would be second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term. So, ikaupat na ni siya, a sub 4 na ni siya, no? A sub 4 na ni siya. Kung gikan ni a sub 2 ba, siya may gi-assume na to na a sub 1. Therefore, this a sub 5 becomes a sub 4. Hence, since we assume a sub 2 to be our a sub 1, Thus, a sub 5 becomes a sub 4. Ya, kasi maglibog ka lang, ano mahimo man na siya a sub 4. Dili, ang gap man na gikan ni a sub 2, no? Awa ipha, a sub 2, first term na nimo, a sub 1. Dayon sa sunod na a sub 2, a sub 3. Second term na sa a sub 3. Dayon, a sub 4. So sa a sub 4, that is your third term. Dayon a sub 5. So sa a sub 5, mauna na imong fourth term. Mauna na, nahimo siya a sub 4, no? So now, for the given, now, why do we assume our a sub 2 to be our a sub 1 and a sub 5 to become a sub 4? Ang una ginatong buhaton ani, the purpose for doing this is to find the common ratio. Pangitaon sa nato si common ratio, no? Na kung makuha na nato si common ratio magud class, kay dali na lang ang pagkuha ning a sub 1, no? Hindi na gani dili na ta mangita ni a sub 1 ani niya kay nagamit naman ta niya as a sub 1, no? Pero ito paano ni? Okay? So for our given, we have our a sub 1 which is equal to 12, no? Again, we assume that, which is our a sub 2, and then our a sub 4, that is equal to 3 halves. Since a sub 4 is our last term for this sequence, our n should be equal to 4. Okay. Now that we have this, we can now proceed to a sub n equals a sub 1 times r to the exponent of n minus 1. Now, what is our a sub n? A sub n here becomes your a sub 4. No? That is your last term via nth term. So, your a sub 1 is equal to 12. Ang r mo na itong gipangita, di ba? Your n is equal to 4 minus 1. Now, we have our a sub 4 has a value that is equal to 3 halves. So, we substitute that. That's 3 halves equals 12. R to the exponent of 4 minus 1 is 3. Now, ang atong gipangita diri is ang value ni R, no? To find the value of R, the first thing that we have to do is to divide both sides by 12, no? Divide both sides by 12 niya. Basig maglibog ka nga, ala, kung mag-divide kong 12 niya, divide ko diri niya, fraction man isa, wala, daghan na bag-bar, ani niya. Okay, para dili ka maglibog, here's what we're going to do. We will instead multiply both sides with 1 over 12. Actually, parehara na siya, no? So, this is 3 over 2. That's equal to 12 r cubed. We will multiply 1 over 12 here. Why do we need to multiply 1 over 12 here? In order to eliminate 12 in here. Because we want to get rid of that. Kaya itong gipangita diri is ang value sa r man. So, dapat r gid ang mahibilin diri. And since we multiplied 1 over 12 to the right side of the equation, we will do the same thing to the other side of the equation, no? Gahi, siya kalit that. Sorry. And so we're going to multiply also 1 over 12 in here. So that our new equation becomes 1 times 3, that is 3. And then 12 times 2, that is 24. That's equal to r cubed. No? Now, from here, before we will extract the cube root, kay maumagin na mahitabo ani diri, no, kay kinahanglan r magin ang mabilin diri. So before we will extract the cube root, the first thing that we have to do is to reduce this fraction, no? 3 over 24, kay pwede man siya ma-reduce, oh. They have a common of 3, so it becomes 1/8, no? No, 3 divided by 3, 1, then 24 divided by 3, that's equal to 8. So that puros na sila perfect cube. Ito yung rason na ito nga ito siyang gikuha, no? Now, from here, that is, sorry. So we will use the symmetric property again, katong sa mga previous videos na ito, no? Ang symmetric property kay balihon ra sila ba? Yan, wala rin mausap ng sign ana niya. And then extract the cube root. Mana ni, extract the cube root of both sides of the equation. What is the cube root of r cube? Makancel naman na. May exponent nga 3, so r na lang ay mahibilin. What is the cube root of 1? Cube root of 1, 1/8, you know? Ang cube root sa 1/8 is 1/2. So di pasabot ang cube root di ay. Sabot sa cube root is that, for example, you're going to get the cube root of 1/8. Unsa nga number nga inig-multiply nimo sa iyong kaugalingon 3 times, the answer is 1/8. That is 1/2. Diba? Ano ba? 1/2 times 1/2. That is 1/4. Nya 1/4 times another 1/2 kay katuloon man multiply ang 1/2. That is equal to 1/8. Hence, our common ratio is equal to 1/2. Now, na naman tayo common ratio which is equal to 1/2. So, unsa may buhaton na to ani? Ang atong buhaton ani is to simply, do you still remember that the common ratio is found by dividing the succeeding term by, dividing the succeeding term and the preceding term. So, si succeeding term, divide nimo sa first term or sa preceding term. Kabalo naman ta nga atong r is 1/2, di ba? So, this is 1/2 and that is equal to, our a sub 2 is equal to 12. And our a sub 1 is a sub 1 ra, no? Mao man itong gipangita diri. By the way, atong gipangita diri ha, isang value sa atong a sub 1. Okay. I don't know if you remember, but this is in one of my videos nga yan ako nga if fraction gani ang left side sa equation, nya fraction sad ang right side sa equation class. Pwede ra jud ka mag cross multiply ana. Pero wala man na siya, wala man gyud terminology nga ana sa math gyud, no? Nga wala man gyud property nga ana sa math, no? The right thing to do here is actually to multiply both sides, good, to use the multiplication property. Pero para madali siya, we multiply a sub 1 times 1 is a sub 1, right? And then 2 times 12, that is 24. So sa ato pa di ay, our a sub 1 is 24. In fact, if you're going to find the common ratio, so 12 over 24, that is 1/2, no? Makuha gid si common ratio. So our a sub 1 is equal to 24. Now that we have our a sub 1 plus our common ratio which is 1/2, di makuha na nato ang 9th term, no? So we will have a sub n equals a sub 1. Again, we're going to use this formula, no? Our a sub n is a sub 9 kay mao man itong gipangita ang 9th term. What is our a sub 1? Our a sub 1 is 24 times our common ratio which is 1/2 to the exponent of n which is 9 minus 1. Nara. So from here we copy 24 and then ari na dayon ta si 1/2 i-multiply nimo wala pa day, no? Ato pa din na siyang i-subtract din na sa ibabaw, no? So that's 1/2. 9 minus 1 is equal to 8. So this is now 24 times, mo na ni siya, no? I-multiply nimo si 1/2 ug kawalo sa iyang kaugalingon, no? No, katong gi ko na kanyo tagsa-tagsaon na to na numerator and denominator, so sayo naman na. So 1 i-multiply nimo ka 8 ka times sa iyang kaugalingon, that is still equal to 1, no? Yan siya mausap. What about 2? 2 i-multiply nimo siya kawalo sa iyang kaugalingon, so atong count ha. 2 times 2. Aduhan na ha. Duhan na ka 2 ha. So 2 times 2, that's 4. Times 2, 8. Tulo na to. Times 2, 16. Upat na to ka 2. Times 2, 32. 5 na to ka 2 ha. 32 times 2, 64. Unom na to ka 2. Times 2 na sad, 64. That's 128. Pito na. 128 times 2, that is 256. Therefore, this is 256. Yeah, we multiply this one. Numerator to numerator and denominator to denominator, so that is 24 over 256. Now, what is 24 over 256? Kung imo na siyang i-reduce, sa kay common na nila, no? Okay. Ang common nila is 8, no? When you divide 24 by 8, that is equal to 3. And when you divide 256 by 8, that is equal to 32. So that is 3 over 32. Sa ato pa di ay, therefore, the 9th term of this certain geometric sequence is 3 over 32. No? Hana ra siya kasayon. I hope nga nakuha to ninyo, no? And I hope nga wala mo'y problema atong discussion karang class, and naklaro ra sa inyo how to find the nth term of a geometric sequence. Again, to find the nth term of a geometric sequence, the first thing that you have to do is to identify the given, no? So may dapat nimong pangitaon sa given, si isabuan, the common ratio, and si n. I hope this has helped you makatabang sa inyo sa pagbuhat ninyo sa inyong modules niyo, mga answeranan ninyo sa modules. See you next time. For the next topic, we'll talk about geometric means.